Easter, I would like some special music. There's 6 weeks starting next week before Easter. And those 6 weeks are called, in English, Lent. And they're weeks when we think about the cross and Jesus. So, if you play a musical instrument, please speak to myself, or Dong-hyuk, or Jong-un, and let us know. And we will invite you to play just after the scripture reading, a piece of music. So we can think about the scripture in that. Okay? Oh Lord, here we are on the mountaintop. Your presence is over us. And we stand in awe. We listen for your voice and your word. Amen. In the United States, this month, February, is Black History Month. Black Americans, we remember the great things they did in the United States and some of the terrible things that were done. Now, one of my heroes was Martin Luther King Jr. He died before most of you were born. But when I was young, when I was your age, I had a poster of him in my bedroom. And it said, "I have a dream." Very famous speech. On the night before he was assassinated, before a person shot him as he stood on the balcony of his hotel. The night before, he preached a sermon. And the sermon's title was this: "I've been to the mountaintop." Oh, fantastic sermon. Look it up on the internet and read it. Oh, it's so good. And remember, it was the night before he was killed. And he talks about, in the sermon, the great moments in history and how it was good to be there. And it all leads to the point where he says, "But now, I'm glad I'm here right now, because this is a mountaintop. God is working and moving and speaking, and I'm here in God's presence." Then he said, "I have received threats that I will be killed." The night before he was killed, he said that. And then he said, "Long life has its advantages. I want to live. But I have been to the mountaintop. I have seen God. And God is with me, whether I live or die. And God has shown me the promised land, what God will do. And it's okay." And he was calling on the passage, several passages, but one of the passages was the passage that you read, the Transfiguration. Mountaintop experiences. Those experiences in life where we hear God, where we feel God's presence, are necessary for the Christian life. Jesus understood that. So, on that special Transfiguration day, Jesus invited 3 of the disciples, James, John, and Peter, to walk up the mountain with him. They got to the mountaintop, and who should appear but Moses and Elijah. 2 men who knew about mountaintops. Moses went up to Mount Sinai, and the glory of God, the Shekinah glory, the cloud, the bright cloud of God, came down on Moses, and his face shone bright. And later on in life, Moses, just before God took him to heaven, went up another mountain and looked over to the promised land. And then God took him into heaven. Elijah knew a mountaintop. He was on the mountaintop with the other priests of a false god named Baal. And he said, you pray to your God to burn this sacrifice. Nothing happened. And on that mountaintop, Elijah said, God, pour forth your power. And fire came down and burned that sacrifice. Elijah knew the presence of God, heard God, experienced God. And here they were with Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration. And as the 3 of them were standing together, the cloud came down, the bright cloud, the Shekinah glory of God. And a voice spoke, this is my Son. Listen to him. And at that voice, Peter, James, John fell to the ground. They were afraid, but they were worshiping, and they were excited, but they were also, oh, this is God. So powerful. So powerful. Have you ever had an experience where you have sensed and felt and maybe even heard God's voice, God speaking? Did you know that God was there with you? You were sure. Anybody? Oh, you're volunteering. Good. Tell us about your experience. You can go about what general.
God visited me and said, you're gonna be a good shepherd. Is that all? Okay, good? Okay. Okay. You know, researchers of spirituality have discovered that 80% of children have an awareness of God's presence. 60% of teenagers have an awareness of God's presence. Only 30% of adults have an awareness of God's presence. So God speaks to children. Anybody else have an experience where God spoke? Yes, God speaks in the silence. Anybody else have a short little experience to share? A friend of mine, Christine,
You know, Ray and Christine from Lonsdale. Christine was in a horrible car accident. She lost some fingers, but she lost other things too. It was very bad. She was trapped in the car. They could not get her out. And before anybody found her, Jesus came and visited her. She saw Jesus. Jesus held her hand, the hand that the fingers had to be amputated from, held her hand and said, I am with you. And it was so powerful. That accident changed her life. And instead of for her being a horrible thing, it ended up being a mountaintop, something great. Anybody else? December 19th, 1948, when I became a Christian, many years ago, I experienced the presence of God that night in a way that I have never forgotten. I've been to the mountaintop. I've experienced God. And it was wonderful. Mountaintop experiences are necessary to Christian life. Why? Why are they necessary? They're necessary because life isn't lived on the mountaintop. It's lived in the busyness of every day. Papayo. The difficulties, the challenges. This is me. Right there. Stuck. Not up here on the mountaintop. There in the middle. That is where life is lived most of the time. And when life is difficult, when you're sick, when your plans break, when people treat you horribly, when you're bullied at school, when you don't get a good grade, you say, Adiye, no, Hananim, Adiye, Sabnika. Oh, that was tough. Hananim, Adiye, Sabnika. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Where is God? Sometimes we feel like that. If you have never felt like that, don't worry. You will. Life is difficult. And so we need a mountaintop experience to look back on and say, I know God is with me. He assured me He was with me. Look what happened when they came down off the mountain. What happened? There was a healing that the disciples couldn't perform. The people were angry. People started plotting even more against Jesus. Jesus kept talking about death and the cross and difficulties. But Peter, James, and John had the mountaintop to remember. This is God. It may be difficult. I may not feel God now and sense God now. But I know God is with me. This passage is being preached around the world in many Methodist churches and other churches today. It's a common passage that people preach on before Lent. Because in Lent, we remember Jesus' sacrifice. We remember the cross. We remember our own failure, our own sin, our own need. And going into that time of reflection, we need to know when it's difficult, when we think of suffering, when we think of sin, God is still with you. God is saying, 괜찮아요. 괜찮아요. It's okay. Okay. Now again, sociologists have done a study on this. How many people have had a mountaintop experience when they say, I have encountered God, I felt God spoke, God touched me? How many people? What percentage? 25% of the population to 30%. And those aren't the Christians. Those are just everybody has had that experience. That means 3/4 of the people don't have mountaintop experiences. What about them? It's nothing that you can manufacture. God has to give it as a gift. Peter, James, and John went up there. Bartholomew, Nathaniel, all the others didn't. What about them? They need mountaintops as well. But it doesn't have to be your own. So, I see someone else who has been touched by God, transformed. His life changed. Frank Thomas for me. I saw him, his life had been completely changed. I knew God was real. Because in Frank, there was a window to heaven. I saw the power of God working in someone else's life. The lives of great saints do this. We see God. They're a window. We see God speaking to them. And teenagers, this is my own study, but others have done this study as well. Teenagers are necessary to the church. Why? Because you're the ones most likely to have mountaintops experiences, to be excited, to be thrilled, to have those life-changing encounters with God. And when you do, you come back into the church and remind us of our mountaintops, or remind us that God is working. Remind us of the power of God here. So when we get dull, when we just go to church and go, you come in and all alive, yeah, you're excited. Reminds us of the mountaintop. God is. Next slide. This is one of my favorite books. Has anybody ever read this book? It's an amazing book. Why I like it is because she's angry at God. Mother Teresa, angry at God. When this book came out, Time magazine said, Mother Teresa loses faith. No, she didn't lose faith. She was just saying, Adie Sabnida. Where is God? Because when she was young, when she was a teenager, when she was in her 20s, she was in a convent. She would pray every morning, and she had visions. Jesus literally was with her. She saw Jesus. She heard Jesus speaking. It was amazing. She was a mystic. One of those saints you hear about who have these wonderful, wonderful experiences. God called her to the streets of Calcutta to take care of the dying. It took a number of years for that call to start. But the day the call started, the day that she went to the streets, Jesus no longer visited her. She no longer had visions. She still prayed every morning. But she said, "Where is God? Has God left me? Does God not love me? Why? Why? And this book is full of letters. Full of letters to priests saying, "What have I done wrong? Why is God leaving me?" And she just hung on to the visions that she had, the memories. And it took her through that time until she could realize that Jesus no longer visited her in that way. But maybe Jesus stopped giving her the visions so she could see Jesus in the face of each person she met. God has taken us to a mountaintop today. We are in the presence of God. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're going to be in the valley. We're going to be at work in the business. And this small mountain today, let it be a time where you hear God and experience God. And you can look back on it and say, yes, God is with me. God is with me, giving me strength now. Lord, take us, fill us on this mountaintop. We stand in awe. And now that we've listened, now that we've seen, lead us into the valley, knowing that whatever happens, you are here. Next one.